There are no coin tosses. Only rock, paper, scissors. It goes rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Mitch Kidd, Jacoby Baker, Board Apes, Adoki. Here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Paper covers rock. Board Apes take it. What are you doing? Defer to the second half. Adoki keeps it. Let's go, fan control football. Let's go.
That was today's Rock, Paper, Scissors brought to you by Wendy's. Let's take a look now at our starting lineups in this one. Board Ape Football Club taking on Adoki. First, the offensive groups. We told you about the quarterbacks, Francois and Mitch Kidd. We know Liv is curious about how Jacoby Baker will perform. I think it's interesting for Adoki. Tracy Gaston has been typically a receiver, now moved to that superback spot.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the deal where you got to find a guy who can play that superback spot when you don't have enough guys. And so it's interesting to see how he's going to perform at that new position.
And then let's take a look at the defense for each side. And a couple of known names here. Dak Champion, a big man, Stuyvesant Latham, and then Deshaun Benton. He kind of came out of the blue last week as someone who's a new add to the league and performed quite well. So we'll see who stands out thus far as we are ready to get this one underway between Adoki and the Board Ape Football Club. It's Adoki in the blue. They're on offense first, and you, the fans, want them to potentially throw. Mitch Kidd wide open, connecting to Boykin at the 15 and down to the 10. What a start here for Adoki.
Absolutely, trying to pick up where he left off a week ago. 4 touchdowns through the air. You're going to get a play action to your right. He's going to slide to his left. That's a very good job by Mitch Kidd, having Bill in the pocket. And when the quarterback starts to move around, it's hard to cover for so long, and you have wide receiver wide open down the field.
And so quickly, Adoki finds themselves on the 10-yard line, closing in on that progressive blue zone as we look at our replay courtesy of Great Clips. And now, Jeff, a chance for the fans here to try and punch one in early.
Yeah, there's a lot of enthusiasm from the fans about that play call. Adoki fans showing up huge. I think bolstered by last week and all that excitement in that game, just a thriller.
Yeah, Adoki a week ago, that finish came down to the wire. They defeat KOD 36-32. That was Kidd to Boykin as time expired, and it was complete pandemonium after that. What a way to finish off our first day, season 2.0.
Last week, Kidd to Boykin as time expired. This week, Kidd to Boykin as time starts. So, I mean, it's perfect.
Pick up where they left off. Here's the toss now. Gaston tries to turn that corner, and he is down inside the 10. Meet our officials in this one as we are working through the first half. Don't forget running clocks here in fan-controlled football. And David Reynolds, the referee, Lisenby, Thomas, Hampton, the rest of the crew. These units will go 2 games back-to-back. Session 1 will have a different crew come in for the evening when we start at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight.
I know we're into football action now, but there's a lot of talk in the chat about that rock, paper, scissors.
It was a gun. I thought there was going to be a bit of controversy with that.
I think Makuga let that one slide. We even have a player in chat, Austin Appleby, saying suspect paper toss there.
Yeah, Mr. Jacoby thought that, hey, I had so many touchdowns last week, I should get an extra beat to see what you do, and then I'll throw mine out, and obviously throws the right one out.
We need to see a replay of that one at some point as we're into the progressive blue zone now. 2nd and 8 on the 8. Adoki knocking on the door. Bush in pursuit. Kidd breaks free. End zone. Touchdown. He'll walk it in. Mitch Kidd on the board.
Wasting no time.
Classic case of taking what the defense gives him as he turns this corner.
Yeah, the Board Apes, they gamble. They send Alex Bush down the middle, and if my quarterback is faster than your blitzing linebacker, then you have nobody in the back end. That's the person responsible for the quarterback, the linebacker. If he can't get to him through the line of scrimmage, it's going to be a touchdown, as you just saw from the kid.
Now, the man-up challenge. This is how point afters are decided here in fan-control football. If you're new to the league, there is no kicking of any kind. 5 yards worth 2 points. Everyone goes from the 5. 10 yards worth 1 point.
Easy, Pat.
Man against man.
You good?
It'll be Patrick Smith.
All right, the split is extremely wide, so expect something coming inside.
Going up against Stuyvesant Latham. Breaks free as the defender slips. Latham lost his footing, and that was an easy reception for 2. An 8-0 start for Aoki.
You could hear Mitch Kidd saying, hey, don't go too far, because he knew he's going to dive inside, stick his foot in the ground, and get back out. And it creates a lot of space on the outside and a fairly easy conversion for the Aoki.
That was capped off with the 8-yard run from Mitch Kidd. Got him in the end zone, and then this ices the cake with the 2-point conversion. And now we'll see our first look at the Board 8 Football Club. But how about the confidence here early on from Mitch Kidd building off last weekend?
Yeah, I mean, of course, when you see completions as much as he did a week ago, you come into this game with confidence and the play calling, right? The fans calling a play where he gets to send the ball downfield early, creates a lot of confidence. Obviously, getting on the edge with his legs is something that he's capable of doing, and he's really got himself going early.
Here's a look at the power-ups. You have your power play, your 7-on-6, your Wendy's flip the field, FCF's version of the punt, and your progressive 5th down, as it might sound when you're out of luck on your 4th down. Go for a progressive 5th down. We'll talk about those more in a moment, as now we see DeAndre Francois and the Board 8 Football Club got off to a victorious start to season 2.0. They're first in franchise history as one of the new Ballers Collective squads. And Francois facing pressure, eludes it. He's going for it all downfield and a little too far. He was trying to hook up with Jordan Williams.
Looks like he had a step.
Yeah, it's a great job by Francois, moving about the pocket, having poise, and getting in position so that he can get a clean throw off. He just missed this one early.
Now, Jeff, we just hit on the power-ups and the importance of those and how fans have an impact and how those get used.
Indeed, they are triggered by the coaching staff, so keep an eye out in the app and on Twitch. See when the vote comes up as to whether to use those or not, because the coaches can suggest the moment, but players determine whether those actually go off in any particular case.
Board 8 here on offense. You see the play that has come in from you, the fans. That is what they will run. Board 8 coming off the 36-32 win over Knights of D-Gen last weekend. It was a 2nd and 10 after that incompletion. Trying to go downfield first time around. Whoop. Near offsides. They'll keep it moving with a man that's been hard to stop Baker on the carry. We have a flag on the play.
That's almost surely going to be offside, so it's essentially a free play. Very good job on the outside zone by Baker.
In the neutral zone that snap, number 52. The player is a climb because the play results in a first down.
When you get the defensive end offsides and he tries to get back and you run an outside zone directly at him, then it makes for a very good pickup. So they're gonna definitely decline the penalty there. But Jacoby Baker was a monster last week, 4 touchdowns, and he caught the game winner from Francois.
Feel right.
Yeah, he was one of 2 keepers. So the 4 Ballers Collective teams in our Wednesday night draft, they had the opportunity to reveal 2 keepers per squad. Then the OG teams, they got to add a keeper as well to their previously held franchise tag. A little benefit there from being 4 of the original franchises. They get the franchise tag as opposed to the keeper. But now you have a Board 8 squad that can build around Francois and Baker.
Yeah, without question, that's a great 1-2 punch for you to build around. A superback who can make every single play on the ground and with his hands in the passing game, and then a quarterback that can make every throw all over the field and can hurt you with his legs.
First down here on the 22. Francois again looking downfield, just beyond the reach, looking for Jordan Williams once again. A new addition here to the FCF out of Edinburgh, just beyond his grasp.
You can tell Jordan Williams in practice was somebody that it was a good target because they're going to keep going to him and setting up these opportunities for him to get one-on-one across the field. Just a bit too far. Good defense on the Aoki side.
And don't forget, as you're looking at these 2 squads, we told you these are 2 of 4 new franchises. They are part of the Ballers Collective, part of the NFT division, if you will, here in fan-controlled football. And so, Jeff, a little bit of a different protocol to be involved in calling plays for these teams as opposed to the OG squad.
Yeah, the OG teams, obviously, you can become a fan of, you can call plays, you can interact with, completely free. There's no barrier to entry. You just go to fcf.io and sign up. NFT teams are part of this Ballers Collective. And so you purchase a baller, it's randomized, it's got a lot of really cool stuff, and then you become a fan of one of the NFT teams.
We'll see our OG teams in action later on this evening, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. So whether you're a part of the Ballers Collective or an OG, we've got all kinds of action available for you today. 2nd down now, run for Francois. He ducks forward falls across the 25-yard line. And so a decent gain there for DeAndre Francois on the keeper. That'll set up a 3rd down now. Running clock here, 13:45 to play. Fans, don't forget, get your official fan-controlled football gear. Use the promo code GameDay20. There's another QR code, battling QR codes right now, but use the one at the bottom of the screen to head to the store. Go to store.fcf.io, hit that code, you can save and get some electric fan-controlled football merchandise. So many different looks this season around with all the different franchises and a lot of cool gear, so make sure you check that out.
You get a fan code. You get a QR code. You get a QR code.
I'm going to need more phones.
QR codes everywhere. Make sure you don't shoot your phone at both of them, though, because then your phone's going to get confused. It may shut down. Make sure you're zeroed in on which one you want to get.
You get a shirt for your app if that happens.
It's a Ghostbusters thing. Don't cross your strings, okay?
Exactly.
Under 13 to go here in the first half. 3rd down and 6, and 24-yard line is where the ball is placed. The play has come in, and now DeAndre Francois, the veteran, returning for season 2 out of Miami, Florida, will look to convert the first down here early on.
You imagine Jacoby Baker has to be involved in this play.
You called it the handoff, and Baker shifty, pushing forward, and Jacoby Baker falling across the 20-yard line, and a nice piece of running there. Looks like he won't get enough just yet, as a 3-yard chunk will set up a 4th and 3 on the 21.
You guys were talking about the lineups of these teams in the draft. Of course, the fans are the ones who are drafting the players, and it's all part of how this league is an entire week of action, and the app is the way into that experience as well. You draft the players in the app. One of the things I was so excited about this week was seeing how defenses seem to move up the draft after how much they made their presence felt last week.
Oh, a huge premium on those package groups. With the keeper picks coming in, those all, of course, were designated skill positions only. You saw in the draft, late first round, throughout the second round, a lot of savvy fan groups. They went after those offensive and defensive package units to really secure their squads moving forward.
Let's see if Bordave doesn't try the hard count again, and Williams, who's in motion, it looks like a target they can get to.
3 yards to go to pick up the first. Francois keeps it himself. What a move! Gives out the peace sign. He's high-stepping in. DeAndre Francois has got the Board 8 Football Club on the board.
Fooled everybody.
We saw the hard count early, and I thought for sure that DeAndre Francois would use the hard count to give the defense to show their hand, right? They show their hand, and similar to the previous possession, they blitz. He knows that he's probably going to keep it, gets around the edge, in the end zone.
I'm 30 feet away, and it fooled me. I didn't see him hold that ball. It was a great fake.
How about the celebration, right? I'm a bored ape.
Yeah.
21-yard run for Francois. Leaves the defense behind, deuces, and he's into the end zone. And now the man up to try and tie things here at 8.
Loved him channeling Dion there into the end zone. That's our Commissioner Ray Austin's favorite player of all time, Deion Sanders. So,
I mean, when you fake the entire defense out, you got some time.
Yeah,
exactly.
Here's Terrence Williams. Williams goes to that corner, laying out, but cannot come up with it. He falls into the wall. A couple of dangerous receiving threats on this Board 8 Football Club. And that one not there, so it stays 8-6.
Yeah, the former Dallas Cowboy, you can see he gets slight. This is the play before. Obviously, they flake everybody out, and the peace sign and the high step will be back.
Welcome back to Pullman Yards. Good start. 11:07 to play in the first half. Okie leading the Board 8 Football Club 8-6, but the thrilling cruise into the end zone. DeAndre Francois channeling prime time, working his way in on a 21-yard run.
This side.
Now we're back to Okie. Great start for Mitch Kidd and company. He'll throw again. Plenty of time coming right at us. I was ready to receive that one,
yeah,
personally.
It looked like it was coming to you.
That was coming in hot. Incomplete will bring up second down.
Did you, are you an eligible receiver, Greg?
I was told everyone within the bounds of the field is available. So.
We're dangling over, so I mean, and that's a good attempt at a back shoulder. When you got the defensive back on top of the receiver, you want to put the ball behind, just not able to connect on that one.
Well, Mitch Kidd, early numbers here out of Salinas, California, University of Redlands, the inland part of Southern California. He's played in the Champions Indoor Football League. Tore it up there, 21 touchdowns in a season for the Salinas Liberty.
Early load like
Mitch is also
first down.
engaging with the fans in a really cool way. We'll talk about that in a moment.
And ready to go here on 2nd and 10. Just about 10 minutes left here in this first half. Fans call the run for Kidd, loses his towel, and then he is met immediately by Deshaun Benton. And as that towel falls down, Jeff, it's a reminder that his entire outfit is fan-controlled.
Yes, indeed. You may have seen that during the rock, paper, scissors. He was wearing a yellow bandana, his shoes, his gloves, everything has been decided by the fans. Yesterday, Mitch came on the Twitch stream, and they're calling it quarterback custom Mitchsation.
Very, very nice.
So yeah, the fans decided everything he's wearing and will be doing that throughout the season. So like I keep saying, this is not just a Saturday league. There's tons of content all week long. Check it out at fcf.io and twitch.tv/FCF.
And if Mitch wants to continue to have his outfit picked out, he needs to make sure he gets down. Do not just take on collisions like the one he just took on a minute ago.
3rd and 6. Kidd about to get down, eluding the defense, still moving, throwing on the run. Bobbled, caught. What a play, Mitch Kidd, the escape artist.
Fleet of foot, Mitch Kidd.
How about the kid? Okay, let's go through this. He drops back. Okay, don't see anybody. Oh, no, it's going to be a safety. He's got me. Hold the ball. Oh, and then he gets out. Oh, guy's open. Oh, what a throw. You don't know how hard it is to go through all of that, right? You run around. Your heart is pounding. You're sweating. You're about to be sacked. Oh, no, you're not. You're going to fumble. Oh, no, I'm not. And then a guy's open. But to have the poise and the calmness to find the open receiver and deliver a catchable ball is very, very good by the kid.
Cedric Bird pulling that one in. Speaking of Birds, excellent segue.
Making it
Tune into live games every Saturday beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern on Peacock and NBC LX. You can catch your FCF action right there.
Did you plan that?
It just happened. I didn't know Bird was going to make
You're going
that catch.
Peacock, you're going Bird, the kid. I mean, this is amazing.
35 bounce. 048.
Got a drone flying around the huddle. It's awesome.
And what a bobbling catch there by Bird, able to hang on. That was impressive stuff as well after Kidd eluded about 5 defenders. He'll keep it himself. He'll go upstairs, falling backwards, unable to hang on. No score. And frustration there in the end zone. That was close to a touchdown grab. Looks like that was Joe Tito trying to hang on in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, great placement by the kid, putting it on where only his receiver can catch it, just unable to hold on.
The rule on the field is an incomplete pass. The rule on the field is an incomplete pass. 2nd down.
You know, it's always those catches where you're stretched out and then you turn over and then you're just stomach to turf, right? You kind of get the wind knocked out of you sometimes, and so hopefully he's okay and can get up and walk away from it.
Tight ends made a big plea this week. More calls their way.
Yeah.
That was a potential touchdown for a tight end.
I mean, it's extremely smart because you bring the tight end in and essentially you're getting a tight end versus a defensive end, which should create a mismatch. And if you can create that mismatch, you have big potential for huge plays. And
Joe Tito is still down in the corner of the end zone. So training staff tending to him. So we'll keep an eye on that and see if we can get an update. Chat sharing their well wishes as well, hoping he's okay.
Looks like he's up and moving.
Good to see Joe Tito back on his feet.
And he's walking with some swag. He's feeling good. It looks like he's going to be okay. But, you know, when you're stretched out like that, you hit the ground, it takes a second for you to get your breath back, you know what I mean? And it looks like he'll be fine.
So he will head off. Adoki will continue here with this latest play that has come in.
You sure? Because then it's going that direction.
On a 2nd and 10 with 7:15 to play.
So we're going really large.
You can hear inside the huddle here as Kidd offers some instructions.
Remember, drive and go, the board 8 risked a linebacker blitz, right, and got caught in a situation where Kidd was able to get on the edge.
They go Gaston. He breaks it out to the right side and then is taken down. Good fight from Justin Foster to break through and make that tackle. Fans, don't forget to check out all the fan-controlled football action on the Fubo Sports Network. Check out all the link to Terrell Owens VT footage here and mic'd up and watch in broadcast. The final game of the evening. Tune into the TO Zone exclusively on Fubo Sports Network.
I'm loving seeing Austin Appleby here in the chat, mixing it up with everybody. Talking up the tight ends. He says tight ends versus everybody on defense is a mismatch.
Yeah, it was so great. You mentioned it, Jeff, on the player pledge to hear some of the tight ends come through and also just break down kind of the simplicity of it all. Because of the amount of players in the field, defensive linemen having to go in coverage, the tight ends are almost always going to be open if quarterbacks would look their way.
Yeah.
Here's a 3rd and 7 on the 9. Kidd, back corner, and incomplete. Little off target there, trying to connect with Bird once more.
Oh, he's going to want that one back. He's going to want that one back. He had a corner route going to the corner of the end zone. This is a basic football play, a smash sort of concept where you have 2 lower level routes and then you have a corner going to the back of the end zone. Just a bad throw, essentially, for Kidd, which we don't see too often.
Yeah, definitely one he'd like a do-over as we approach 4th and 7. Under 5.5 to go first half. First of 4 on the day. Week 2 action here in fan-controlled football season 2.0. Inside that progressive blue zone. That is from the 10-yard line and in.
Make sure you guys go flat before you go up.
Fans commenting about not only Mitch Kidd's play, but his command inside the huddle.
Here we go, here we go. 58 double corner on first down, ready?
So I was just thinking, I'd go back to that play, and it sounds like they're going to go for a double corner, right, where you're going to get corners going to the back of the end zone here again.
Go!
There's Kidd rolling, throwing on the move, and just behind the receiver. Both were moving in one direction. The ball was a little behind the receiver there, looking for Brandon. Actually, that was perhaps Boykin.
Fuck, man.
Devin, when you go to the left like that as a right-handed quarterback, it's got to be a tough throw.
Yeah, absolutely, especially the longer you string it out. But the thing is, only time you hear that is in fan control football, right? The 5th down, they're going to exercise that option with the power up right now. But when you're rolling left, you want to make sure that you kind of give a softer toss, right, and lead them out in front, just because all your momentum is essentially going out of bounds because you're running for your life. You want to try to make sure that you don't overcompensate too much and throw the ball behind.
That was Patrick Smith, the intended receiver. So the vote underway now if the progressive 5th down should be used. Now, because we're inside the progressive blue zone, that will also move the football half the distance to the goal. So this is an added benefit of using that in this moment.
The fans have voted, will we use the progressive 5th down? It'd be half distance to the goal. It'd be 5th down from the 5-yard line. The goal line is a line to gain. 5th down.
And there you have it. So the football will advance on a 5th down. So using one of their power-ups early on here, but taking advantage, Jeff, of that blue zone positioning as well.
Yeah, I think it's a smart play. The coaches, again, prompt the fans, ask them if they agree, and the fans voted to do so. You see the icons underneath our display there, the top of your screen, showing which power-ups have been used. The yellow are still available. The purple means it has been used.
So Aoki still with their Wendy's flip the field and their power play as we march towards halftime. 3 minutes to go in this first half. Aoki up 8-6, looking for more on the 5th down. Bit of a high snap. Kidd dancing away, looking for anyone. Found someone. Touchdown! Cedric Bird back in the end zone.
I know he's missed the kid, But he's going to have to change the name on the back of his jersey to Mitch the Magician, because he is getting out of some tough spots that you just don't get out of, and he once again finds his target after running for his life in the back of the end zone. The poise that he's showing with all the chaos and the commotion has been very impressive. What a throw.
That's what you love to see, is all that dancing around, and he's still got his eyes downfield looking for a receiver.
I'm just telling you, as a quarterback, especially we've seen that he does have good legs, it's tough to do running around. You always think that you can get to the pylon and get to the end zone, especially when you're so close.
Tries for 2.
But he does a good job of keeping his eyes downfield, and now you get the try for 2.
And looking to keep it working here with Bird on the 2-point conversion. Batted away, excellent coverage and celebration. Deshaun Benton there, up so quick he fell back down, but you get the idea, he made the play.
You gotta come up with a name for that celebration.
Yeah, you're gonna get just a shallow cross across the field, and that's essentially an easy defendable play, right? You line up outside this, run a shallow cross with no extra moves. Great job by the defender, reaching across, not pass interfering, and then the celebration. What do you give that celebration, right? Out of 10, it's a 5. You know, he can do better.
It was a great play. He could have thought through the landing a bit better.
Well, that's why I gave him a 5, right? That's essentially just a play, and then, you know, you get taken down by with the celebration points.
Good look at our drive summary there as Aoki adds another 14-6. And Mitch Kidd off to an excellent start here in week 2. Back to Francois and company. With 2:45 to play. Fans looking pass. Francois obliges. Connects at the 20. And then a big hit coming across the middle. That was Ronald Marlborough delivering the thud to Jordan Williams.
And Aoki elected to go to a zone defense with a middle safety, and that's a good job by Francois. Recognizing zone defense off coverage, take what the defense gives you, allow the receiver to run and get some yards, and then move the chain.
And Williams able to pick up the first down with 2:18 to play. Williams, we told you, new to Fan Control Football this week. Had played in Edinboro from the Buffalo area. Interesting college journey. A couple of seasons at Edinboro, goes to Liberty to play defensive back, ends up coming back to Edinboro, has a great season. Had a little time with the Buffalo Bills in minicamp back in 2017, and now continuing his professional football dreams here.
Marky Rodrigo in the chat says, just get the ball in his hands. Plea to the fans.
Just that simple.
Yeah.
1:45 to go.
So when you look at these patterns, you see all those dotted lines. Those are options depending on what the defense gives. So if the defense plays zone again, all these receivers will sit down, but it looks like they're in a man-to-man defense.
90 seconds left, first half. Francois up top, down the sideline, tipped up, not there. Wanted Chris Robb, the tight end, all the way downfield, and could not convert there, and that will bring up second down, 1:15 and counting. Fans, to our international viewers, actually let's come back to that after this replay. A second look at Francois trying to find Robb.
I love the call, right? You get a big play on first down to pick up a first down. Next time, give it a shot. Take a shot downfield. You see man defense obviously unable to connect. Nice pass by Francois.
For all our international fans out there, catch live games every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern on DAZN in over 200 countries and territories outside the U.S. So again, that's DAZN, Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern on over 200 countries and territories outside the U.S. We've got 1-minute timing rules. We'll take a timeout and return with the last minute of the first half after this. Aoki, 14, Board 8 Football Club, 6.
Hey, let quarterback keep, let quarterback keep. Let quarterback keep.
Calling out the play. It's a give to Baker. And he is met shy of the 25. Aoki reading that play and taking down one of the top backs in this league.
It's a nice job of the corner being the force player and coming up and making a play. Tough thing to do, getting Baker down in the open field, but they do it there.
We had big Trevante Valentine from the Shutdown Squad on the fan-controlled show last night. He took it personally that another defensive squad got drafted above Shutdown Squad. And he was calling out big things for that group today in both games. So far, this game's been a bit of a shootout.
Fans, we told you about so much good content here in the Fan Control Football League. One way to stay involved. The FCF Twitch channel. Head to twitch.tv/FCF. Might be where you're watching right now. You get shoulder content, our draft day on Wednesdays, including the Man Up competition, of course, Game Day Live. And don't forget to subscribe to FCF on Twitch at twitch.tv/FCF.
Hey, blue, 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 blue.
For fans, Devin, that are hearing colors and things like that,
Correction.
what do those things mean?
Team color timeout, colors to Adoki. That's their only timeout for the half.
So colors can mean a lot of different things. Usually when they're setting a huddle, it's for direction, right? Blue equals left, right? The L, and then red would be your right, yellow left, you know. But when it's said on the field, right, during your cadence, sometimes it's a hot color to change plays and things like that you're gonna get a false start here.
Yeah, so after a timeout was called.
False start on the offense, number 63. He moved before the ball did. The 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
I'm a bad at this too.
Yes, he did. And you're going to see it here. Oh, just a slight movement.
Hey, but show it late. Show that bit late.
It
Show
was Big
late.
Darian DeBroussard.
Stay head up.
63 there to Snellville, Georgia.
I'm a bad at them.
So that'll back things up to a 3rd and 12 on the 19.
Yeah.
35 seconds left. Remember, 5 more seconds, then we will get into our 30-second timing rules where the clock stops after every single play. Now, you saw Adoki call a timeout. Each team gets 1 timeout per half, and you might wonder, well, why use that now where there's going to be so many clock stoppages? But when that happens, it resets the play call. So you, the fans, then have to pick a new play after that timeout. So you can see it working on both ends. Defense maybe not feeling ready. Let's call a timeout, make them do something different. And offense could also make a new choice.
It really is a two-way street between the fans and the players and the coaching staff. It's fascinating. New form of football.
Superback Baker is going to have a mismatch on the linebacker going up the right side of the field.
Magic wand, the play you've called. It will be Francois, left alone. He'll call his own number again to the 20, navigating, spins free to the 15, and is out of play there with 26 seconds left. DeAndre Francois has not been afraid to carry the football so far in this first half.
The play's called. You see your superback going to get isolated. He doesn't like it, and he keeps his eyes downfield, but he starts to run and finds a way to get a bunch of yards back, and he understands he doesn't necessarily have to get out of bounds, but why take an extra hit? He gets out of bounds. The clock is stopped anyway. Very good job by Francois putting his team in position to get closer to the progressive blue zone.
Stop after every play now. Now they're running 30 seconds. It's 1st down.
Yeah, that felt more like he wasn't so much worried about the clock as about taking a big shot moving downfield.
Absolutely. I mean, you can only take so many, right? You're the quarterback. You're a franchise player. You're very needed, and so you want to make sure you stay healthy and not take unnecessary shots.
He just watched all that real estate open up in front of him. He had to go.
We good? We good?
I mean, that's what happens when you're moving around within and without the pocket. You keep your eyes downfield. Not only can you see open receivers, you can see space to run, right? And like you said, it opened up like the Red Sea, and he couldn't turn that down.
So now 26 seconds left after that 1st down carry. 18-yard rush for Francois. Sets things up here on the 13. Bordape looking for 1 more score before the half. Ooh, hard count, and that draws a big offsides. Javante Valentine, he got his money's worth, Lacey, if he's going to come across the line.
Defense number 99 with contact. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
I always thought that. Like, it's like in basketball. Obviously, they've inserted the new flagrant, the super flagrants and flagrant 2 and things like that. But if you're going to foul somebody, if you're going to commit a penalty, commit the penalty, please. All right, make somebody pay for it, right? That's what I'm talking about. Don't you dare get me on sides again. How dare you with that hard comment, Francois?
That's your best Javante Valentine, I take it?
Yeah, that's pretty good. You know, I always think a big guy talks like that. You know, I'm sick of this hard counting. I want to go.
That's pretty good. Did you see him on draft night? He had a chair. He was holding a chair. He was
I mean, that's only something a big guy would do.
Exactly.
That talks like this.
And at one point, he had taken like the pole from like a VIP area too.
Yeah, the stanchion, right.
Stanchion was walking
This is my pole.
I love Reed Austin.
Here we go. 2nd down now. Actually, make it 1st down after the penalty. 5-yard penalty there. Baker in trouble. And Valentine in there. He started it, and then finishing it off was Henry Kellogg.
I think this shutdown defense knows exactly the day that Jacoby Baker had last week because they have been flying to this football. As soon as they get the hint that he has the football, they get to him as quick as they can. Very good job of just shutting him off and putting him inside a phone booth.
In that old relic.
In that old relic that we call a phone booth. He wasn't able to get out of that one.
There, of course, on the screen you see our QR code. It's going to be with us all day long. It's your easy way to grab the FCF app. Just point your phone at it, on your the camera on your phone at it, and it'll take you right to the App Store. You can download the app, participate, decide which team you want to be affiliated with, and then start calling the plays and influencing how these games are played.
You saw there also, if you're not a QR code person, more of a texter, you can fire in a text there as well to the number that you saw on the screen. It'll be up on your screen throughout the day. 19 seconds left now here in the first half. It's a second down situation. It's a toss to Baker. Checking and going nowhere. Wow, ripped backwards. Jim Jones, reverse suplex.
Yeah,
looking a bit more like a WWE superstar right there than anything else.
My goodness, Jim Jones. Like I said, they saw what Jacoby Baker did last week. Up and down.
Taking him to Suplex City.
Jim Jones with a monster tackle. They're saying, no, Jacoby Baker. You know 4 touchdowns on us today. And talked about how offended they were about not being picked high. The shutdown defense, they come in, especially here late in this half, to try to go into the half up 8. They've really buckled down and found a way to corral the very, very talented franchise player, Jacoby Baker.
And this Aoki defense is different from a week ago, right? So the fan base got together. They had previously worked with D-Block in week 1, making that choice to switch things up and go shutdown squad here. And what a start for this group.
Yeah, like I said, they took it personally last week that they weren't the #1 defense in the draft. And Trevante was telling us last night, we want to make a statement. And it looks like that statement was a little late in coming, but it has come.
And Jacoby Baker's like, man, what did I do? I didn't play you guys last week. You mad at me for?
3rd and 10 after the 4-yard loss on the Baker rush. 12 seconds left, first half. Clock stopping after every play. Here's Francois. Rush on the way, hit as he throws, and that'll be out of play. Was up against the wall there looking for Terrence Williams, who had a hand on it but couldn't hang on, and now we'll see a potential power-up opportunity as this 4th down has arrived.
That was extremely well-timed call by the Aoki defense. Number 35, Sean McGee, came screaming up the middle and and Francois had to hurry up and rush, and he couldn't get to his target. Throws a little bit out of the end zone.
There's no challenge on the play. It's 4th down. 4th down.
Shut down the run as effectively as they have in this drive, make them one-dimensional, and then you can key on the quarterback like that.
Now, the one thing that they'll have to be weary of here is DeAndre Francois on the edge, making those plays with his legs, similar to the way Mitch Kidd has done for the Aoki.
And Board Ape here on 4th down. Keep in mind, they still have their power play, could go 7-on-6. They still have their progressive 5th down. So 6 seconds left, not a ton of time, but with the clock stopping after every play, they might be able to squeeze in 2 here if they don't convert things here on this 4th down. So 4th and 10 on the 13. 6 seconds left, first half. Board Ape Football Club trying to answer. Aoki defense has been stellar to start. Here's Francois. He'll fire. Incomplete. Went across the middle for Jordan Williams, not there. And with 1 second left, this is the opportunity to go with the progressive 5th down if they'd like. And we see the board held up by the coaching staff, and it looks as if they will call for that progressive 5th down.
Football club will now vote. The fans will now vote for progressive 5th down. We have a fan vote, 5th down.
Come on.
So the Aoki defense is playing really well, right? They're playing very aggressive. They're essentially, because they're getting so much pressure with their front 3, they're essentially breaking on every cut for the defense, right? So if I'm a Board Ape fan and I'm calling the plays, I would try to get a situation where you get a double move from a receiver, because a double move with the aggression of the defensive backs on the Aoki defense, that's going to put you in position to really be wide open for a touchdown.
So
I think from the fans' perspective, this is a perfect time to use that power up because it's do or die anyway. You got 1 second on the clock, you got one play. It's not going to
At the
harm
fan
you.
vote, we will now have the progressive 5th down. It's 5th down. The line gain will not change. The line gain is still the 3-yard line.
1 second left, first half. Progressive 5th down on the way. Big opportunity here for Board 8 Football Club to try and get one back, trailing 14-6.
If you're a fan, you're wondering, well, why didn't they scoop the ball up, right? The last time Aoki used their 5th down, they scooped the ball up for them. Well, you have to be inside the progressive blue zone for you to get that half to the distance to the goal a lot.
Yeah, different rules there inside the 10, but they are still right on the doorstep here. A chance to punch it in. Remember, each team gets one of these power plays. As Jeff alluded to earlier, you can look at the scoreboard graphic top of your screen. Purple means they've been used, yellow not used yet.
Resubmitted plays, timeout. First charge, timeout. Only charge, timeout.
So Board Ape now will call a timeout. Remember, each team gets a timeout in each half. And we talked about when Aoki used theirs earlier on defense. Here's Board Ape using theirs on offense. Jeff, that's going to restart the play call.
And I think that's a strategic move. Perhaps Coach Liotta didn't like what the fans came up with the first time, challenging the fans to come up with a play call that he's more confident in.
Find a way to get to that double move where you send a guy on a post and he sticks his foot in the ground and goes back to a corner, or maybe he goes to a corner and then back to a post. The aggression of the Aoki defense can be used against them here with this progressive 5th down.
Keep in mind, whatever play the fans pick now, they've got to go with this one.
That's
there
right.
are no other rabbits to pull out of the hat just yet. Play is in. 1 second left. Board 8 Football Club. 5th down on the 13. Baker joining Francois in the backfield. Williams in motion. They'll stack up 2 on the far side. Francois, time has expired, to the end zone. That's caught, hauled in, touchdown as time expires. It's Terrence Williams, the Dallas Cowboy alum, is on the board.
Looks like that timeout was taken as it should have been, because that play was exactly what I was looking for from the Board 8s, where you get the inside receiver, he goes on the post, and then he sticks his foot back out. You get the eyes outside on the outside and then come back to the post. Very nice job, well-designed play, well-timed call, and a great throw and catch from Francois to Williams.
Just muscles that ball in, fights for it. Love that.
Marquise Kane defending, but Williams would not let go of that football.
Thank you, fans. It tries for 2.
2-point opportunity on the way to tie this score at 14. As we have come to the end of the first half, this will be our last play.
Baker will almost surely go with an option.
Baker bobbled, can't hang on. Excellent coverage there from Jim Jones, and it'll stay a 2-point game. 14-12, Aoki leads at the break, but the Board 8 Football Club, they emptied the tank. They went 5th down. They called timeout. It all paid off as Francois is able to connect with Williams. A 13-yard connect, Francois to Williams, and that's how this first half comes to an end. It's a 9-play, 40-yard drive stretching 2:45, results in a touchdown. 14-12, Aoki, your leader here at the half. We've got a highlight brew break on the way. We will step aside and return after this. And welcome back here at the half. Exciting times through our first 20 minutes as Adoki leads the Board Ape Football Club 14-12, but it was Board Ape with a score in the final moments of our first half. As we welcome you back upstairs, Devin Gardner, Jeff Canada, we'll hear from Liv Moods as well throughout. And guys, you can't, again, not to be repetitive, but these are the moments that fans get so excited for, and the FCF early on keeps delivering.
Yeah, absolutely. That first half was consistent, right? You get very clean drives, a great response from last week for Francois, and the kid obviously just continuing on the way he played a week ago.
Let's look at some highlights here. Every possession resulted in a touchdown for these squads. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns. Mitch the Kid continues his ascension here in the FCF.
Yeah, his recognition of defense and understanding what they're trying to do to him has been exceptional, and obviously Francois got the cameraman as well.
Yeah.
Right, when you got that high eye view and you can't see the ball, imagine how the defense feels. And as you can see, he just essentially walks into the end zone with his Board Ape celebrations.
And then, Jeff, as we look at Mitch Kidd again.
Oh, no, Mitch the magician.
Look at him go.
The escape artist.
The escape artist.
He figures out a way.
Mitch Blaine. David Blaine's cousin. Yeah, David Blaine's cousin there is who it is.
Exactly. Fans, I gather, Jeff, in the chat loving this guy right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing amazing.
Very much so, and for good reason. You know, I love that he looks like a kid. You meet him, he looks young. He's got that kid nickname, but now we're going to have to give him a magic wand, I think.
I mean, he obviously played a bunch of tag growing up because they can't touch him.
Francois. And then here was the final play.
An absolute dart over the middle. Well-timed call. This looks to be another very, very good game.
Today's fan-controlled football broadcast is brought to you by Wendy's. Try the $5 Biggie Bag today, and we have our Wendy's in-game delivery moment brought to you by Wendy's and Grubhub. Got some fans here getting hooked up with the Wendy's. Order Wendy's on Saturday and Sunday each week and receive $5 off any order, $20 or more. Guys, not to be a broken record, I do put in a good word for us.
What are we doing wrong, Craig?
At this point, we got to do an over-under on will the booth get Wendy's this season, not today. This season.
Yeah, we've obviously missed out today, but hopefully, fingers crossed.
That's 2 days in a row, 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. So now we're back to it here. Second half on the way. Board Ape Football Club, they start on offense after connecting to close out that first half. Francois. Passing again and connecting to Maurice Thomas. We get rolling in this first half. Jeff, big part of the FCF experience, the fan IQ stats. Here's a look at our latest leaderboard.
Yeah.
Hipsy Nussel, great name, by the way. Hipsy Nussel ahead of the lead.
Leaderboard just for names right there. But in fan-controlled football, we don't just track the stats of the players, we track the stats of the fans as well. You can earn fan IQ by getting into that app. If only there was some QR code on the screen that you could use to easily get the app. And then you start calling plays, you start engaging with the league, drafting players Wednesday night. All of the various ways you can use to earn fan IQ, move up those leaderboards, and get your handle on our broadcast.
Yeah, in the upper left there, it's a thing we call a QR code. You can scan that and get yourself involved. Call the plays.
Yeah, Hitches here, you're just gonna run, turn around, easy catch.
There it is, back-to-back connects. Francois to Thomas, who breaks free, leaving everyone in his dust. That's 6.
Francois has done a great job of recognizing coverages and taking exactly what the defense gives them. The fans call hitches that will convert to go route if they get press coverage. He's sitting off, throws it. Now, when you throw a hitch, you don't usually expect to go for a touchdown. But the great decision by Francois allows for the wide receiver Maurice Thomas to make sure he can break a tackle and get vertical in a hurry.
31 yards. Thomas on the move and has
Strides for two.
given Board 8 the lead now. 18-14, looking to make it 20-14. Jordan Williams gets free. Corner of the end zone. Easy money for Williams.
Maurice Thomas, if you're a gamer, might look familiar, or at least his movements might look familiar. He is his day job is doing mocap for the Madden football video game for EA. He's also a designer there.
You're wondering why he's so wide open. You've seen a bunch of shallow cross routes, right, which I said I don't like. He fakes the shallow cross, gets vertical, and then takes the ball to the route to the corner. They call that a bench. Very nice, well-executed play, right? It runs to the bench.
Yeah.
I mean, it's simple stuff, simple stuff.
Well, still plenty of time to go in this second half, but fans, you can share your thoughts. Who should be the Gatorade player of the game? You can make your suggestions exclusively in the Twitch chat, and we'll see who emerges here over the next 1848. Perhaps Mitch the Kid. There's that man, Boykin. Mitch Kidd and Boykin connected in that game-winning moment a week ago, and they're back to work here on this drive.
To this point in the game, 100% on touchdown drives. Let's see if Mr. Kidd can continue to capture some of that magic that he's had all day. He does a great job of rolling right, and then with pressure in his face, finding the open target right over the ball. Great job by Boykin, making the catch and securing it.
Really see why the fans decided to make both of these keepers for the season. The Kidd to Boykin is going to be a combination we're going to be seeing a lot over the next several weeks.
That's 10 yards from Kidd to Boykin. Our quarterback's doing the job here as previewed. Kidd 4 for 8, 69 yards and a touch. Francois 4 for 9, 64 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Early large, 35, early down, first down.
Here's a...
We must know something. These announcers up here, we just knew exactly what it would be, what type of game we would have.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Down and then down again. Double trouble there, and Justin Foster not missing an opportunity to plant Tracy Gaston.
I have a potential contender for the Kanata comment of the game in chat, fellas. The Orange Flash says, "What the hell did I just tune into? This is amazing."
That's all.
Yeah, welcome to FCF. You've never seen anything quite like it.
Stay a while, Flash. Fan-controlled football, where you, the fans, call the plays on offense.
I said, are you going to do it? And I said,
So
yeah.
after that loss,
No, it's fine.
it was a 3-yard loss there for Gaston. It's 2nd and 13 on the 17, running clock, so we'll move quickly through this second half here. First of 4 today, week 2 action. Fan-controlled football live from Pullman Yards in Atlanta, Georgia.
Clark, running back we've been working with.
It was a while there that Board Ape was on the field offensively. They closed out the first half, then they came back to start the second half. Adoki trying to get back in that rhythm. They were the ones to really lead the way offensively early.
Go!
Kidd loads it up, airs it out, tipped up and knocked away. Tried to spot Joshua Johnson, so I think the player pledge worked. We're seeing some tight ends get involved here. That one incomplete.
Yeah. That was just a jump ball there, it looked like.
Yeah, the chat might go a little crazy here. Just a bit of early contact there, but I think it was a well-played defensive stop there.
Julian Charles.
Juju, as they call it.
Yeah. Getting up.
Charles had some great comments talking with NBCLX this week. He was the one who was guarding Terrell Owens when he scored that eventual touchdown in the end zone, and talked about, look, you don't want it to be you. He was telling teammates, don't let it be you.
Yeah.
And then it was him, but he said, look, you know, throw it to a dog 100 times, he's bound to catch one.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, watching that game, especially early, they tried to feed Terrell Owens, and that was the man, right? Juju was tasked with trying to stop him, and he had some very nice stops and PBUs in that game, obviously. Like you said, you throw it to 1,000 times, you got to catch at least one of them.
Yeah, a little dig though at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, right. It was a little backhanded there. Like, I don't want to begin this viral moment, but also I guess you are going to catch it eventually.
Of course.
3rd and 13. Kidd in trouble. Not going to escape this one. They track down Houdini.
Yeah, sometimes the magic runs out.
Hey, we have an illegal blitz. Hey, that's an illegal blitz, too. Linebacker blitz.
You're going to see what happened here. You can hear him talking linebacker blitz, linebacker blitz. The linebacker didn't essentially blitz, right? He waited to see, and he called this a green dog. If the running back doesn't go out and the linebacker sees green grass, then he goes and attacks the quarterback. Very good job by the linebacker understanding the situation, seeing that the running back stayed, the superback stayed in and blocked, and getting to the quarterback.
And we have a man down here on the Board 8 Football Club. Looks to be Alex Bush. Down on the field training staff.
The aforementioned green dogger.
Yeah.
Alex Bush.
20-14. Board 8 Football Club leading Adoki. As the trainers tend to Alex Bush, we will step aside, and we are just about set to get back to the action here.
Folks talking about how they can call plays. Of course, the app, easy way to do that. Got the QR code, you can download the app. You can also download in the Twitch extension itself if you're watching us live on Twitch at twitch.tv/FCF.
Go!
Back to it, Kidd. Connecting with Patrick Smith. And Smith trying to break free, was eventually dragged down by Julian Charles.
Hey, they just told me there's
Once
no
again,
such thing as
finding an
illegal
opening in the
blitz.
zone, but you can see that Board 8 defense very soft because they know that the 5th down has already been used and putting the Adoki in position to have to use their flip the field power.
Another important thing to note, Greg, is that both of these teams are in our NFT conference. So that's 4 teams that are built around the Ballers Collective, which is an NFT that you purchase in order to be able to call plays for these
The fans
teams.
now will vote for the progressive, for the Wendy's, flip the field.
So with Adoki unable to convert or have a vote now for the Wendy's flip the field, it's Fan Control Football's version of the punt. So you, the fans, will decide if this is what you want to do, but it's a great way to give the other team your poor field position rather than have a standard turnover on downs. And remember, here in the FCF, we always are flipping the field, trying to move right to left on offense outside of a pick six or a fumble recovery. And so you'll see, if this goes through, the teams exchange field position, but also rotate their position on the field. And it is confirmed it'll be a Wendy's flip the field.
The fan vote. The fans have voted to use the Wendy's flip the field. It'll be 1st down and 10. The Board 8's going out. 1st down and 10.
Sean's like, well, that's not a rule. It's like, okay, it may not be a rule in the rule, but James made it a rule for so long. Like, at least let us know before the game.
Under 14 minutes left here in the second half.
They did. We tripped each other in the backfield.
Big opportunity for the Board 8 fans to pull ahead in this back and forth contest. And I have to tell you, the Bored Ape fan base might be the most intense, organized, focused group of all 8 teams. I have been completely blown away by the level of engagement by the Bored Ape Football Club fans.
I'm gonna get that in out of there.
It's the same exact play that the Bored Ape scored on when Francois faked out, you know, me and you, the camera, and everybody in the building. Let's see if he can get a chance to influence that defensive end. The guy to watch here will be number 46, Austin Jones. Can he stay disciplined? He calls himself Bobby Boucher. Let's see if he can make sure that he controls Francois.
There you go. Hold on.
Bored Ape on the attack. The run to Baker. Full head of steam, takes 2 defenders beyond the 25, and a big gain for the Bored Ape Football Club after their defense was essentially able to get the first stop we've seen in this contest. It's been nothing but touchdowns.
That's exactly what you get when Francois breaks out for a big run. You get the defensive end staying home and creating a huge gap for the running back Baker to get through. Very good job picking up a big gain on that first player carry.
Really smart play call from the fans, recognizing that the traditional runs have not been working against this defense and giving the option. And we see it yields dividends.
That's an 18-yard carry for Baker. You see the top of our screen in real time updating our fan IQ points. Scrolling across the top of the scoreboard. 12:40 to play, running clock here in the second half. Jacoby Baker, a Gatorade Player of the Game last weekend for his efforts. He was a beast for the Apes, on the Apes, not the Beasts, if you're following along. 75 of 152 offensive yards for the Bored Ape Football Club last week. Francois, so good at getting away, but he's in trouble right now. Blocking the back, helmet comes off, and Francois is taken down. Surprised we didn't see a flag on that play.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of gets him a little on the side. It was very questionable, I can tell you that much. Usually when you see a helmet fly, you kind of get a flag coming out, but here goes Francois again. This is a great drive by Adoki. You don't understand how difficult it is, and what the defense will say when the quarterback starts to move about the way that Francois did. They'll say, plaster, plaster. That means plaster to your man and try to eliminate those big plays with the scramble and see if you can't hold on until the defensive line can corral them. They do that, and a great job by that defensive line getting to Francois.
That little head fake that Francois did there, where it looked like he was going to spin around and go the opposite direction, then didn't. Oof, that was sick.
Look there, Coach Liotta installing the plays that come from you, the fans. That's an 8-yard loss for DeAndre Francois. Shout out to all of our international fans tuning in. You can catch live games every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern on DAZN in over 200 countries and territories outside the U.S. So, outside the U.S., make sure you check out DAZN. You can catch all the FCF action live.
You could hear that Francois is going to go on 2, right? He's going to go that hard count again to see if he can get a free play.
Wide Eddie! Wide Eddie! Go! Hold on!
Hard count doesn't work. Defense is coming. Francois throwing. Baker's catching. 15-10. Out of bounds at the 5.
Let's go!
I mean, you just absolutely knew that Jacoby Baker would not stay silent for long, find a way to implant himself into the game. You fake it to him, and then he gets out on the backside. Very good job of him taking the fake and then finding a way to get open. You have to get this player involved. He's a franchise player for a reason. They find a way here with a big game.
You hear me? Don't jump.
Excellent replay there, courtesy of Great Clips. Fantastic partner of fan-controlled football. Great Clips get the same haircut every time.
Hold that water. Don't jump. It's first and goal.
Under 10 to play.
You can hear Francois calming the guys down. Hey, listen, we don't need a huge play right now. We don't have to score on this down. It's first and goal. We got 4 downs to go get this.
Hey.
That was 27 yards, Francois Baker.
Bounce key. Okay, on 3. Don't jump. 36 bounce key. On 3. Ready?
You hear Francois say, don't jump, so predicting more hard count action.
Scoot out a little bit. Go!
First and goal from the 4, inside the blue zone.
Go!
Got some movement there. Here's Baker. He'll try and push ahead, and Valentine, a.k.a. Valentino, is there for the tackle. So they rule that play down. No fumble recovery there for Aoki. Let's check in down on the field with Liv Moods.
Yeah, I want to talk about DeAndre Francois for a second. This Aoki defense clearly has an answer for Jacoby Baker in this game, but we are seeing Francois make some huge adjustments, using some mobility. He's got 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. I'm loving seeing his leadership and seeing how he's keeping the Bored Apes in this game.
And now with that, thank you, Liv. We just had a fan vote opportunity for a power-up.
Yeah, snap that shit.
Devin, is that something when you see, as a quarterback, when you see a defense as aggressive as this one is that when you start wanting to do those hard counts and trying to pull guys off sides?
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing for Francois, his voice fluctuates. It like comes out very loud and very aggressive, and so he's getting them almost every time. You would think that the Aoki defense is saying, you know what, he's doing it a lot. We're not gonna fall.
At the review, fan vote, we have decided to remove the linebacker. The linebacker will be removed for the rest of this drive. It is 2nd down.
Like I was saying, you would think they would just sit back, but they're not doing it. Still got their ears pinned back, and there's no real benefit here this close. So you would think you go on one, and outside zone with the quarterback, and he's in.
Waiting for the call.
Oh, no.
They rule him out.
The rule on the field, the runner stepped out of bounds
That's a touchdown.
at the 2-yard line. That play is now under review.
It looks like the referee got a little confused by that progressive strip. I don't know. This is going to be close. Can't wait to see the review.
Yeah, that progressive blue zone strip is actually on the field. It is in the field of play.
Ooh,
it does look like
great
he's
job
out.
by the referee.
Hell yeah.
Like that.
Great job by the referee.
Oh, here we'll see here. There it is.
He's out.
Yeah.
He's out. The most ballingest caller is wearing stripes.
The ball in his collar.
My goodness. He's the MBC. Most ballingest caller in referee form. That ball's going to be placed on the 1-yard line, right? We don't put it on the inch-yard line. Correct. Here in the FCF.
And the linebacker stays out of play, so the power play is in effect still until there's a turnover, a touchdown, or the series, or a first down, which isn't possible here.
I love Francois. He's so sure, right? I'm so sure. I'm like, oh my God, he's definitely in. And the referee's just like, hey, everybody relax. We'll take a review and you all will know and you'll apologize.
At the fan review, the fans have voted to confirm the call on the field with the runner down, out of bounds, at the 1-yard line. It's 3rd down.
These are the fan votes that make me nervous. Like, was anyone going to watch that? Try and overturn it?
Yeah.
The man's foot was out of bounds.
He's very clearly outside the progressive blue zone stripe.
With that, as Jeff mentioned, still a power play in effect, so a 7-on-6 opportunity here for the Bored Ape Football Club. They've used 2 of their 3 power-ups. They still have their when he's flipped the field. Aoki still has their power play to use. And 7:05 to play and counting here, second half. Our Session 1 games, it's our Ballers Collective squad squaring off. Our evening games tonight, Session 2, all about the OGs, all live here from Pullman Yards in Atlanta, Georgia. Thanks to everyone joining us here on Twitch, NBCLX, Peacock, The Zone, Fubo Sports. So many great ways to keep an eye on the FCF. Now it's interesting, this Aoki team, they're down 20-14, and they may be on the short end of this game when it all comes to a finish, but they have had some amazing defensive moments.
Yeah. They've really buckled down, and obviously Baker comes in this game after having 4 touchdowns a week ago, and they've really keyed in on him and found out a way to stop him, but now they're begging for a big stop here.
3rd and goal from the 1. 7-on-6 edge on offense. Francois again with the hard count. Firing, tipped, incomplete. Not there on 3rd down. That'll bring up a 4th down on the 1-yard line. This Aoki defense continuing to make big plays.
Big Trevante Valentine, John, loving it. He said anything less than a shutout for the shutdown squad. was deemed a failure by those guys. And of course, they didn't get the shutout, but playing strong.
I mean, Big Valentino has done a great job. He's gone off sides a couple times, but he's done a great job of not only pushing the pocket and getting pressure on the quarterback, but as you can see on that last play, when he can't get to the quarterback, right, he gets his hands up in the passing lane. That could have been a completion had he not done that. That's an outstanding job from a big fella in the middle of that defense.
He was so fired up talking right with Jeff and Josh this week on the Fan Controlled Show, right? Talked about this Saturday, it was search, kill, and destroy.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me show you how it looks. This Saturday is search, kill, and destroy.
I love it.
He's been doing that all day.
So here's the 4th down play on the 1. Does Aoki defense hold? Baker held up but falls forward and is in for a touchdown for the Board 8 Football Club.
That's all the strength of Baker, and that's why he's a franchise player. Should have been stopped a yard short, but he powers his way into the end zone, just an inside zone, the same way he gets linebacker safety help and still finds his way into the end zone.
Big collision there. Watch this. Boom. Nope, still moving.
Would not be denied. 1 yard and in for Baker. Don't forget, it might be Jacoby Baker fans. Nominate who you think should be the Gatorade player of the game. Enter your pick exclusively in the Twitch chat now. Here's Terrence Williams.
For 2 this try is for 2.
Trying to add 2 points.
Francois scoots him in, so you ought to imagine he would try to get outside and get back in.
Go!
Little tie up. Williams tries to break free, but that was intense pressure from Roman Tatum.
You push, I pull. You push, I pull.
You push, I pull.
Fucking me.
I mean, we've learned that during these man-up situations, there's going to be a lot of grabbing, a lot of touching. You push, I pull, apparently. And so you throw the ball behind, and that's a good play by the defense, knowing the situation where in those situations they allow you to play a little bit more almost like NBA playoff basketball where those touch fouls just aren't called, and he takes advantage there.
A 9-minute drive culminates in a touchdown that gives the Board 8 Football Club the lead 26-14. Fans, don't forget to catch all the Link to Terrell Owens VT footage, hear him mic'd up, and watch him broadcast the final game of the evening. Tune into the TO Zone exclusively on Fubo Sports Network.
Vindog22 in the chat loves the no PI calls. Let him play.
Yeah.
Early Lark, TNS, super.
Adjust.
First down. Really
Adjust.
Really rough. Hey, you're right here. This side.
Until he loves it. Until
his team.
His team loses because no pass interference was called.
That's right.
Go.
Mitch Kidd looking for some heroics of his own. Looking for Boykin, complete along the sideline. Will they rule him inbounds? They say yes, it is a catch, and a familiar duo, Kidd and Boykin.
Boykin does a good job of getting vertical and then getting on that out pattern. That ball's almost caught by 2 guys, right? Tight end jumps up and wants to make the catch, but Boykin comes, well-thrown ball, and a good job by the kid getting back on track.
16-yard connect for Boykin now. 3 grabs, 56 yards. As Mitch Kidd has been working it around the field. He's closing in on 100 yards passing now at 97 yards for Kidd. With 4 minutes to go, Aoki's got to pick it up here a little bit. Now, we will extend this game once we get under a minute. The clock stops often, but they'll want to take advantage of this drive. With the Crypto Connect, the play call that is coming from you, the fans.
Patrick Smith in the slot has a bunch of options on his route to go across the field or out, depending on how the defense plays. There he goes.
Kidd hit as he throws, and out of the back corner of the end zone, took a shot there from Maurice Green.
Yeah.
The Bourdais defense can smell blood in the water, and you can tell they're just really pinning their ears back and attacking. This might be a perfect time to sneak in a run play of some sort, just because they're so aggressive in the pass, because they're down 2 touchdowns, right? So the defense thinks, hey, they have to pass the ball, but in the fan control football league, you do not have to at this time because of the different options that you have. And so I would sneak in a run play just to see and keep them honest.
Well, for Aoki, of the 105 total yards they have, only 8 of those yards are on the ground. So to your point, there's a big opportunity.
Early large, Ram Lion, 58 TNX Super. What do you have? The 9 being what?
There's the play the fans have called, either on the Twitch extension or via the app.
Buck wild.
Yeah.
You gotta go left and then right. Left and then right, and then you got the wheel.
Under 2.5, second half.
Tracy Gasson was a super back that was a wide receiver. Oh no!
Oh my goodness.
Fumble.
Oh my
This is a problem. A chase for the football. Who's got it? Still loose. Into the end zone. Picked up. Touchdown. Stuyvesant Latham. Right place, right time.
Rich Kid was not even looking like he was anywhere close to looking for the ball.
The issue that Aoki runs into is that they go on first sound for the most part. And first sound means the first thing the quarterback says, hike the ball, right? So he looks like he might be just talking indistinctly, and the ball is hiked right over his head, and then a recovery and a hot mic, Wendy's hot mic appearance for the defense.
And the turnover chain for Stuyvesant Latham, the returner from season 1. And a lot of guys had an opportunity to try and scoop that football up. By the time it came to Latham, he was just like, thank you, I'll pick this up. I'm in the end zone.
Hey, don't stress though, we got it.
This is getting into the danger zone for Aoki. They're about to let this one get out of hand.
Yeah, 32-14. Don't forget we do have our comeback rules. As this will be a 2-point conversion here, of course. The comeback rule will certainly be in effect, but that will only take place after Aoki can score a touchdown. 2-point, tipped away. Nicely done on the defensive end there for Aoki. And Marquell Osborne.
Shallow cross, vertical, and tries to snap around, but like you talked about, they're going to let him play a little bit of tug, a little bit of grab there. They're not going to call that down on those man-up situations.
That's going to be my new catchphrase. You push, I pull.
You push,
I love that.
We got you, let's go.
Fans, come and see the action here in Atlanta. FCF.Tixer.com. You can get your tickets, plenty of options, starting at $20. Some amazing seats, viewpoints, music, videos, lights. It is more than the football games you're used to, all part of fan-controlled football. FCF.Tixer.com, and you get 2 games for the price of 1. So session 1 ticket, 2 games. Session 2 games. Hope you can join us here at some point this season.
It really is amazing to be here live. And we got a Steve Aoki concert last week in the end zone. Incredible.
More live music planned throughout the season.
Go back there and do it.
It's the full experience. Food vendors, drinks, all kinds of opportunities for a good time here
Stay in.
with the FCF.
I'm gonna motion you over there and run fucking A. Just go right now. Just go.
Mitch Kidd is very casually telling him, motion, head out over there, I'm going to throw it to you. Kidd instead comes our direction for Johnson. Oh, and not there. And frustration for the Kid.
Deeper. Fuck.
I do think I could have reached out and caught that ball.
It was possible.
It was close.
You can hear Mr. Kidd hit himself on the chest and tell himself, I got to get that deeper, right? He had his man. He had the mismatch that he wanted with his tight end on a defensive lineman, but he throws the ball almost in a back shoulder position rather than sending him up the field into the end zone, and the result is an incomplete pass. I would not be afraid to go back to that same type of play because of the mismatch that's created with the tight end versus a defensive end.
Hey, that's me. Great route. Great route.
This clock will keep running until we get to 1 minute remaining. 32-14. Aoki in a huge hole here after starting off week 1, 1-0.
Rob, 30 big, be strong.
Nerd
Rob,
E
30
watches
big,
in the chat says Mitch needs to cry in his fan-voted towel.
Wow.
Again, that is the towel that fans voted he wear this game.
Did they know there would be tears? Bit of a high snap. Kidd hangs on. Again, coming near side, and a good completion there to Boykin, who hops out of bounds. Again, doesn't matter here. Clock will keep rolling. And now it'll stop at 53 as we have fallen under 1 minute to play here. So we'll see clock stoppages. Things like that out of bounds. And then we'll see the clock stop after every play with 30 seconds left.
We're at the 1 minute mark. The clock will stop on incomplete passes and plays out of bounds. First down.
So we're at 53 seconds left in our second half. Aoki trying for some kind of magic. We will take a timeout and return to the FCF after this. 32-14, Board 8 Football Club leading Aoki. Aoki trying for some kind of epic comeback here with just 53 seconds left for Board 8. Their fans have to be thrilled. They have gotten into a great offensive groove so far in season 2.0. Their debut campaign, 36 points last week, 32 right now.
The fans haven't let them use their power up. The fans haven't let them use their power up. We will remove the middle linebacker until we get a first down or touchdown. It's first down.
Aoki using their final power up they had available. That'll provide a 7-on-6 edge. With 53 seconds left, they'll take every edge they can get. Kidd over the middle, and it was beyond the reach of Patrick Smith.
Interesting choice to use the power up here, where a first down will complete the power up and bring the ejected member back on the field. It's kind of keys off the defense that you're going to be trying to throw it into the end zone, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, the Aoki offense got exactly what they wanted. They got the double post action where one post takes the safety out and the outside post is going to be open. The kid hasn't been on target this second half like he was in the first with all the magic. Maybe you said it. The magic may have run out for today.
Yeah, Mitch Kidd started off so strong. He is over 100 yards passing, but they missed some
uncharacteristic throws that we just don't see him miss.
And now you're having to really hurry and try and create stuff on the fly here, knowing you have this big deficit, 32-14. So if you're an Aoki fan, you're hoping for a score. They go comeback rule, and they rinse and repeat here until they can climb back into this game. Kidd spinning off defenders, throwing on the move. That was picked. Will they rule it inbounds? And they do. An interception for the Board 8 Football Club, and that should seal the deal in this one. A couple of huge defensive plays for the Board 8 Football Club ends up leading the way home.
I think that last play kind of answered
the
our
rule of the
question.
field, interception at the 1 yard line.
Has the magic run out for the day? The Board 8 defense says absolutely.
So Latham, the scoop and score moments ago, and now the interception here in the final moments.
What a break on the ball where he almost slips, gets his footing back, and then jumps right in front.
Players are going to be at the reserve seating
What a day for Latham.
near the merchandise stand.
He gets the defense chain. There it is, the Board 8.
That was their third stop here in the second half. So it was such an offensive shootout to begin, and we were praising rightfully so the Aoki defense. It was the Board 8 defense that really came to play in the second half.
Oh, without question.
Some fans enjoying the action here in week 2. We're just getting started. Got to fuel up, keep the drinks, the snacks coming. We got 3 more games to go.
Yeah, those luxury boxes are the way to go. You're just hanging out over the field, so close to the action.
Yeah, great experience. Depending on the pass, you might catch a football. We learned that earlier. There was one coming our way. .36 seconds left. Board 8 with the football. And able to just get out of the end zone. They've brought in Vidal Woodruff, the backup quarterback, to spell Francois. And now their goal here, right? Take as much time off the clock as they can. He does the job avoiding the safety. as Woodruff has come on after Francois leads, going 5 of 11, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air. Then Francois also ran for 36 yards and a touchdown.
This is not a league where you can just take a knee in the last 30 seconds. No, we got the 30-second rule. The clock stops after every play.
I mean, surprisingly enough, this game is not over.
Right. It is not.
Yeah, if you're a Board Ape fan right now, you want some running plays that'll take up some time. You know the clock is stopping after every play, so you might as well just try and run around a little bit if you can and take some time off the clock and keep churning out first downs. Woodruff from his own end zone, able to complete to the 10, and a lost helmet, but the reception still stands. That was Colin Andrews on the catch.
It's a great throw and a great play call to get yourself out of the shadow of your own end zone. Just a catch and throw, nice and easy. Woodruff hasn't played all day. Give him something that you know he can complete. Does a good job of completing it and actually taking some time off the clock as you don't go down right away. And then use him.
That's what they needed, a little breathing room there in the back of the end zone.
So we had 2 1-0 teams coming into this one. We knew someone would suffer their first loss. Looks like it'll be Aoki. Our next game coming up, Knights of D-Gen and the Kingpins. They both lost in week 1. Someone's going to get a chance for their first victory in franchise history. As all 4 of these teams part of our new Ballers Collective NFT squads here in season 2.0. 3rd and 1. Woodruff looking to convert first downs. That one is deflected and knocked away. Looking for Thomas. It was Marquise Kane coming across, but now 18 seconds left and a 4th and 1.
The one thing that you cannot do is give points back. Woodruff last week got in trouble with this same type of play, throwing to the backside without knowing what's back there. You got the DB sitting in the zone waiting for it to come. Dangerous throw, because if they can turn those interceptions into early quick points, then you could get into trouble where you can just continue to find a way to fight back if you're able.
Maurice Thomas was telling us that not only does he do mocap for the Madden video game as a player, but every now and again he has to mocap audience member cheers.
And for people at home that don't know what mocap is, please explain mocap.
Well, you get in a suit with a bunch of tennis balls on it, and you move around and they record your movement. Exactly.
Oh, they go handoff to the big man.
He will not go down.
That was Joe Grogan, the tight end, just rumbling forward to pick up the first down.
Podcasting for a first down.
How about this big board? Ape! And that's a big man on his back. I mean, how are you? Look at this collision. 99 versus 99.
Taken. 2 big dudes right there.
Man, he took Valentino for a ride. I mean,
unbelievable.
And Valentino goes 6'4", 338 pounds.
That's
338 pounds on his back.
That's a large ride.
Look at that. Oh, get out of his way.
Keep your hands and arms inside at all times.
At all times.
He probably does well pushing the sled.
Without question.
10 seconds left. That's good to Thomas. So they'll keep chipping away. 7 seconds left, and Board Ape on their way to victory here, closing this one out strong.
Once again, nice and easy, right? Easy completion, hitch route, right? Go down, get tackled, continue to waste as much time as possible, and this one looks like it's about to.
Just 7 seconds left.
Unless something just unfortunate. I mean, it is the FCF, you know, but seems like this one might be over.
Really felt like that. The botched snap was the backbreaker.
Oh yeah, we're
We'll talk about Gatorade players of the game, and we saw a defensive player last week in Quantez Sigers. You have to point out Stuyvesant Latham here with a couple of clutch plays, the fumble recovery for a score, and then the interception on that last Aoki drive.
Yeah, it feels like those were the 2 plays that completely sealed this for the Board Apes. And it's hard for you to not give MVP to a guy on defense that scores points in the FCF.
Yeah.
And those are such outliers here in an offensive-focused league. Here's Woodruff stepping up and connecting downfield to Colin Andrews. And wait and see what the clock says here. It reads zeros right now. It should be probably
2 or 3 seconds left too.
Yeah.
The time expired in that last play. That's the end of this ball game.
And all right, just kidding. That is all. The clock has
Just
expired. 32-14. People have places to be.
Look at the Bored Apes creating a tableau on the center of the field.
They're bored.
Excellent
And
SAT
they're
word,
eight.
Jeff. Wow. This was rehearsed.
They're bored. I mean, it really matches. Great job. Great job there.
Very cool.
Well done. Living up to
Round
the
of
name.
applause for the Bored Apes and their choreography. Did the fans vote on that as well?
I hope so.
So there's your final score. Bored Ape Football Club. They improved to 2-0 with a 32-14 win over Okie. We will return.